Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. That's what this is called. I've already forgot what I was even going to talk about. I forgot the opening of the show. That's what you get here from Ranting Monkey, guys. One of the many joys I bring to the microphone. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're having a good day. It is Thursday here in the United States. I don't know how far ahead Australia is to know if we're into Friday over there or not, but I hope you're having a good morning. Morning Monkey Drunkle got his channel back. Awesome. I didn't hear. I had not heard. That's great. We'll have to reach out to him and told him, man, if there was anything I could do. Unfortunately, I'm a nobody, so it doesn't doesn't matter. But I am really, really happy he got his channel back, because that was some bullshit, Susan. It was fucking nonsense, Susan. Oh man. Anyhow, oh, what a day. I was going to sleep, you guys. Just a few short hours ago, I was going to sleep. You see how well that worked out. So I've had a shower and went upstairs and had something to eat and made it back down without falling down. So I'm going to call it a good day so far. But got some things to talk about today. Got some things to talk about. Oh, Sinatra, I fucking love you. It's been a while. It's been a while since I have jumped into the old vegan debates, because, well, they're, what they are. And there's no winning those debates. It's just, they turn out to just be screaming. Unless you're going to convert to their religion. And yes, I call it a religion. I have for a long time, because it's a moralistic crusade for them. It's not just about ethical treatment of animals. It is moralistic, and they need to convert you, or you are a sinner. You're a sinner. One of the first things this motherfucker talking to Sinatra said, the animal holocaust. Do you support the animal holocaust? Why would you support a animal holocaust if you don't support a human holocaust? Like, shut the fuck up. You're calling it a holocaust? Look, these are animals. They're not people. And this is where the debate really gets lost. And it happened in this one. I've talked to the guy before, the one that Sinatra said. Sinatra was talking to. So to ask yourself, he came up with this most logical question ever. What is it about animals that, if it were true in humans, would make it so you would eat humans? Nothing. Because animals and humans aren't the same. They used to ask the question, what's the difference that makes it okay to eat the animals instead? Well, they're fucking animals. That's why. That's what the difference is. And I've always made the joke, but I am really curious. What difference they see in animals. And I've asked, and they don't ever actually give you an answer. It's like, well, what difference do you see in animals? And it worries me, because have you ever seen a cat in heat? You ever seen a cat in heat? A cat in heat is desperate to get laid, and they will rub against your leg, and you got to kick them off and shit. And I wonder if he thinks, well, if that was a human, I'd bang it. If there was a human chick rubbing their puss against my leg, I'd hit it. That's obviously affirmative consent, right? And it makes me, do you bang animals, dude? That's wrong, right? Okay, this one ain't getting monetized. Fuck, shouldn't have done that in the first 10 minutes. Evil Dead Ed, thank you so much. Who says, hail the king, hail to the king baby. Am I the king baby? I'll take that. It beats being the old man. But would you eat a Downsy cow, right? It's just so amazing that their argument is, what if it was a human? It's not a fucking human. Well, what if the human were just like it? It can't be. They're not the fucking same. It's why we actually have different names for them. A cow is not a person. I don't know why. Apparently these guys didn't get C and C's when they were kids. I was just like, wow, it's the same old fucking argument. 2 years later, it's the exact same fucking argument. And the exact same tactic as well, because every time Sinatra would try to answer a question, this motherfucker would just start screaming into the mic. I got to be honest with you guys. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was laughing, but then I got bored with it because it's the same old shit. It's the same old shit. Look, if you want to be vegan, be fucking vegan. If you want to try to convert people to veganism, by all means, try to convert them. Preach to them the virtues of not eating meat. Good for you. Good for you. You're a much more virtuous person than I am because I like cow, for fuck's sake. It tastes nummy. If it's grilled and seared just right, it is heaven in your mouth. That said, if you keep acting like a fucking religious zealot, then yeah, I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to make fun of you because you deserve it. You deserve it. You're moralistic crusading. Fuck off. All of humanity is wrong. They eat the meat. Why would you eat the meat? They're almost the same as people. Oh God. Over on the Streamlabs, I have a donation. Thank you so much. Evolved Potato says the difference between humans and animals is they're not animals. Wait, that says not human. Okay, good God. I'm way ahead of myself. My brain is going 100 miles a minute because I want to get to something else right after this comment. Thank you so much. Evolved Potato says the difference between humans and animals is they're not human. They're different species, dipshit. Stop spreading stupid. Exactly. And Sanguine had did a donation that for some reason I didn't get a notice from over on Lords of the Night. I want to make sure I read it here. Walking up an incline sucks more than tumbling up and down the stairs. Shit, just log roll down the ramp, fewer bumps. This is in response to something I was talking about over there with the whole internalized ableism of mine. But thank you, Sanguine, for that. And I'm sorry I missed it on the show. Evil Dead Ed, thank you so much. Who says, not around a lot, but Ed has a horse cock. Fair enough. For anybody out there who was wondering, Ed has a horse cock. Don't tell that to the vegans. They might start touching it. Monks, did you even sleep? Of course not. Of course not. But they're moralistic crusading. I have a problem with that because it's asinine. You're going to go out, we're not supposed to eat the meat. We could save the planet. They even tell us we can save the planet if we don't eat meat. Don't you guys understand? All those cows that we raise, they're destroying the planet. These fucking people. They are a fun group though, man. They are a fun fucking group because they are seriously, they're very, very deranged. Search says it reminded me of Tonka Saws arguing. Well, if you never saw my debate with Vegan Games, it's still up on I think both of our channels. Go check that out sometime. Because theirs was almost friendly compared to ours. It was you can't have a logical debate with them because they're not about logic. They love the word fallacy. They think everything's a fallacy. Like, why should we eat meat? Because we eat meat. That's a because we do fallacy. What's different between animals and humans? Well, one's a human. That's a humanistic fallacy. Oh God, it's so fun. But they're as a group, they're rather insane. And Sinatra, I don't know if you dealt with this before. You were about to embark on years worth of assholes showing up in your notifications talking about this shit. People wanting to fight with you about it for several months. And it's funny because this whole thing started because Sinatra made a video about a man who wanted veganism to be treated as a religion. That's what the man wanted. This isn't like me saying veganism is a religion. That's what the guy actually said and was arguing for. And Sinatra made a video making fun of that guy saying that. We're not making fun of veganism, making fun of a vegan who is obviously off his fucking rocker. Thank you again, Evil Dead Ed. Follow the way of the chainsaw and broomstick. Dude, I don't know what you're saying, but I appreciate the support. I really do. I don't know what the way of the chainsaw and broomstick are. People will be yelling, debate vegan gains to sin. Oh, yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. But the story was about this guy who was actually saying it should be treated as a religion. He lost his job because he was arguing against investing in the company's 401k or in their is something investing in the company he worked for. And so like, get the fuck out, man. You're supposed to be here. You can't actively argue against what the fuck is wrong with you? And so they fired him. And he's like, oh, they fired me because I'm vegan. Like, no, they fired you because you're a dick. But he came out and look, veganism needs to be treated as a religion. I'm saying they fired me because I'm a vegan. Vegans should be covered as a religion so that they can't fire me. And that's what was said. And that's what Sinatra was making fun of, this guy who thinks veganism should be treated as a religion. And because Sinatra's not a vegan, that was like, oh, we have to argue now so I can prove I'm better than you. Thank you, Frank, over on the Streamlabs, who says he asks his if-then questions trying to trap people in a specious statement like that matters. He doesn't seem to realize the honest way to ask questions is, what trait in humans, if presented in animals, would stop you from eating said animal? Well, I think the question should be, what trait in humans, if was present in animals, would stop you from fucking the animal? Anything that they add the eating to, I add the fucking to. I just change it because I really want to know. I want them to prove to me they actually do see a difference between humans and animals so I can make sure they're not out there Cenk-Uigering these poor beasts. Thank you, Evil Dead Ed, who says, my dick is a weapon of mass destruction. Ouch, man. Maybe lube it up first so you're not hurting that poor girl. So the whole problem was that Sinatra thought it was weird that this guy was wanting veganism to be called a religion. And that led to, why is it okay to have an animal holocaust? They always go so insane with it, man. It's not just why is it okay to kill animals? No. Why an animal holocaust? And the animal holocaust. They also like to talk about raping animals. In order to get eggs, the chicken has to be fucked or something. I'm not as animal husbandry person, but in order for cows to make milk, they have to be inseminated first the first time. They don't just make milk or something like that, where there has to be sperm introduced. And the animal might not have consented, you guys. That animal didn't consent to that. It's animal rape. You guys are fucking retarded. You guys are diminishing those words. You are taking the animal rape is when somebody puts their dick in an animal. But they don't know. They don't know. It's all a fallacy, you guys. Yeah. You can be a vegan and get all of the vitamins and minerals you need. They like to tell people that. Because you actually, as a human, part of your diet should be meat. We need things that meat has in it. No, well, you don't have to have that. We can do it synthetically now, or you can get a vitamin supplement, or if you eat this one shitty food over and over 6 months out of the year, you might get half of what you need in your body of that vitamin. And they don't seem to understand. Well, you can get it other ways. Sure, you can get it other ways, but naturally, what's the best way to get it? Eating meat. What are we designed to do? Eat and process meat. Our bodies are actually made to process. It does it. Our bodies do that. Thank you, Lamented Guide, over on the Streamlabs. Who says, ye who follow the path of bacon shall be with dinner blessed, while ye who follow the path of vegan shall be with dinner stressed. I think they're so angry because they don't get to eat the good food. I don't blame you. Ever eaten vegan food? Like, and I'm not talking about just salads and stuff. I actually really like salads, but like when they try to make you a tofurkey or what's it, the Impossible Whopper? Impossible. Oh, it tastes just like a Whopper. You're fucking retarded. No, it doesn't. Stop. Stop lying. Their food is disgusting, and I don't blame them for being mad. If you want to be less mad, just stick to salads. Stop trying to eat things that you're no longer allowed to have, because it's fucking retarded. Yeah, it's fucking people. I fucking love them though. They're such a zealous religion, so zealous in their pursuits. And I don't know if he still does, and I haven't seen Ask Yourself stuff in a long time. But in the background of all of his videos, he used to show animals getting slaughtered. Like, damn, for somebody who cares a lot about animals, you sure do like watching them die. It's supposed to be shock value to the people. Did you think I think cows die on their own? Of course I know somebody has to kill them. A bolt gun to the head. Oh, I'm shocked. I bet that fucking hamburger was good. Now, there are things like factory farming, and I don't even necessarily have a problem with factory farming. The way it's done right now, there can be some issues. But of course, you're not just going to have a couple of cows roaming and we'll shoot one and feed the population. So we have to have massive areas of these animals where, yeah, they're killed in mass. If you want to eat meat, which I do, I'm okay with it. Monkey, honestly though, these vegans do more damage to their cause than anything. You know, those people on your side where you're like, stop helping. Yeah, I get you. I do wonder how many there are vegans out there who are cool guys. Vegans who that's their lifestyle and they don't try to push it on you. Evil Dead Ed, thank you again. My name is Ed and I make your girlfriends wet. My wife won't let me have a girlfriend. So to the rest of you, he's saying he's making your girlfriend wet. And that's cool because you get to go bang her. He doesn't. But he's got the big dick, just so you know. Thank you very much for the donation. There's vegans out there who aren't crazy. There's vegans who get into it ethically, who they don't preach it to you. There's vegans out there who do it for health reasons, which, by the way, not a good thing to do unless you have a very specific health condition. If you do go vegan, you need to see a doctor. You need to go see a doctor and make sure everything's monitored. And if you are vegan, don't stick your fucking children on a vegan diet without making sure it's okay. I'm tired of seeing stories of you shitbags killing your children because you don't know how fucking food works. Because you felt bad about cows dying, so your kid had to. You sick, sadistic shit. That the last one we saw, their children were fucking malnourished. All of them. Luckily, only the baby died. Fucking shitbags. Malnourished and dehydrated. These fucking shitbags. They don't know jack shit. They just read the vegan Bible and, oh my God, I can't eat meat and my children can't. Oh, we're just going to kill one of them. Extreme late-term abortion through veganism. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. You have these people that push this and they don't tell people the truth. They don't tell them how hard it is to stick to the diet and get everything your body needs. Can it be done? Sure, it can. But your body needs vitamins and minerals and shit that you're not going to get just from eating plants. You either have to get supplements or you have to go out and get, I forget what it is that gives you the B12 that you got to eat like bucket loads of it. Thank you, Frank, who says, tell Ed to stay away from my palm. Thank you, Frank. They don't tell people that part of it. They don't preach that. When they're out there preaching about how horrible killing animals is to eat, they don't tell you how easy it is to accidentally hurt yourself doing this stupid shit. It takes a very regimented diet to do it properly. But hey, you're not hurting anything by eating celery, right? No animal died for that celery. No animal died for that carrot and that lettuce, except for the small animals on the farm that get killed so they don't kill the crops. By the way, vegans don't think that happens either. I swear to God, vegans don't think that vegetable farms take any measures against varmints. No, no, they never would kill an vegan. Look, somebody raising a vegetable garden, they're never going to kill a small animal that's trying to eat their food. Why would they do that? They're probably vegan too. God, I hate these people. They're so stupid, so stupid. Oh man, when I heard that, and this was the debates 2 years ago, they're like, no, animals don't get harmed on vegetable farms. I'm like, yeah, except rats and rabbits and raccoons and anything else that comes around looking to eat that. Gophers and moles and all of this shit. No, 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 no. Farmers just let them eat whatever they want. How fucking stupid do you have to be? It's weird. I don't see many or any poor or lower class vegans, probably because it's so expensive, says Evolved Potato. You can do it if you're poor. You're going to have a very bland diet, and you probably will end up malnourished. You have, oh yeah, deer, Cirque, any fucking animals that come in and threaten that crop, they're going to get killed. And you know what? You know what happens in nature, guys? There's lots of little fucking varmints running around. You know why? Do you know why a barn cat is called a barn cat? Because they used to put them in barns to kill the little fucking rodents that always run around barns and run around the fields. Cats are great for that. Cat will go out there and kill anything. I've seen a cat kill a rabbit. He didn't even think twice about it. Actually, he cut it open and just left it there. Like, oh. It's the first time I ever saw anything killed in real life. My cat, he swiped a bunny rabbit all the way along the spine, and his side just fell open. And there was, I didn't know what to do. So that poor thing just died slowly. If I'd been older, I'd have stomped on its head at least, to make it. I know that sounds horrible, but so it didn't suffer. But I didn't have a gun or anything. I was a young city kid who'd moved up to a farm for a couple of months. Thank you, Ed or Evil Dead Ed. You are a sage. Praise your elders. Most of my elders are dead. We'll get to some of my elders later. Good morning, sweetie. My wife just woke up. Had to yell hi to her. Yeah, the whole vegan argument, man. It can be fun. It really can, because they're so insane. But it's so predictable. I mean, the argument has literally not changed at all in 2 years, which is probably why Sinatra has grown 10 times in size since the last time he talked to Ask Yourself, and Ask Yourself's about the same size as he used to be. Like, Jesus fuck. Oh man. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. The as fun as it is, there's not much of a point. It's something you dip into once and you dip back out of. There's no reason to make a big drama crap about. It's not that kind of debate. You just get in and you get out, because there's no reason to stay and play. You're just going to literally hear the same arguments over and over again for years. So Sin, if you hear this later, I know he's probably sleeping still. Excellent work. I enjoyed what I did here. I enjoyed you. The part he's asking you a whole series of questions. You've answered them all, and you're like, I want to ask a question. No, I have a question on the table. Like, he answered it stupid. I have a question on the table. So it's like, I know I'm going to ask you questions. I don't think I don't watch a lot of Sinatra's debates, but hearing him hang up on this guy, it was fucking beautiful. Even Sin, who, by the way, Sinatra has a pretty high tolerance when it comes to talking to people like this, when it comes to talking to people he disagrees with. When you get to the point where Sinatra's like, fuck it, I'm done talking to this guy, you should probably go seek some life counseling. He's a very laid back guy. Sinatra's easy to talk to, and holy how in the fuck, How the fuck do you get to that level where even Sinatra's like, I don't want to talk to this fucker? Thank you, Evil Dead Ed, again. Different Strokes, starring Sinatra, a good boy. Sinatra is a good boy. Me and him disagree. We had a disagreement not too long ago, and yeah, we just had a civil conversation about it. It's that easy to do. All you got to do with Sinatra is talk to him. Just talk to him. He's a nice guy, and even if you disagree with him, he'll just disagree with you. You'll have a nice, pleasant, adult conversation, which you will not have very often with one of these radical. I don't even know what to call them. Vegan, sure, but just zealous fanatics, man. Holy shit. The idea that I have to go out and push this on every. He actually said to Sinatra that he wanted to talk to him because he's not vegan. That was it. You're not vegan, so I need to preach the word of our Lord and Savior, El Cow. El Cow has told me, thou shalt not eat of the beef or the swine or the fowl. It's just like, Jesus fuck, man. Pete says, easier said than done. He won't ever talk to me. I only have 60 subs. Who are you talking about? Sin, or are you talking about this asshole? Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. You wanna come hang out? I'm tangentially, is that the right word? I'm mildly observing chat, and if you did say that, I didn't see. Sorry, bud. There's a link. Anyway, how dare you get along with someone you disagree with? Disagree means jihad. You know what, BG? For these people, it does, and that's the weird thing. Is it? I know that there's so many things these days that resemble a religion, and I really do believe it's because religion has left our lives, and for whatever reason, we humans seem to need something like that. We need something like that, and for these folks, veganism has replaced religion as their morality, and that's kind of scary. As I said, I hope you're not fucking cats out there, dude. But we see this with all kinds of things. But when it comes to the vegans, man, because they do have this moralistic thing to where they really do use words like animal holocaust. They're not just being hyperbolic. And it may have started that way, but that's what's in there. This is an animal holocaust. We need to stop it. You guys are Hitler beef eaters. You are Hitler pork eaters. You're Hitler bacon is basically what you are. Or bacon Hitler, whichever one you prefer. And they take it so damn seriously. Like, you can fuck with a feminist and they might get mad at you a little bit, and they may even hang on for a little bit, but they'll get on with their life. You can do that with all different kinds of groups. The craziest group I've ever dealt with online is by far, and I do mean by far, the vegans. Good morning, Polly. How you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. Well, a little hungover, a little sick, but
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Well, it's just New Year's Day.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk much earlier. We literally just said hi and bye to each other. I was going to go to sleep,
and you lied. You lied.
Yeah, you caught me. Oh, what I would do to be sleeping right now. Look, I love you, but I would rather be sleeping and dreaming about talking to you.
I love you, but I slept, oh God, well beyond what health requires, and I'm going to go sleep some more after this because it's just, you know that unrestful sick sleep,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just full of like weird vivid dreams, and it's not really a deep sleep. And yeah, that's that. I had a lot of that, and I'm going to go back to it soon enough because, yeah.
Evil Dead Ed, thank you, who says, praise Phil Anselmo. I'm not sure who that is. For he screamed revenge for our sins. Ed has that horsecock. Ed, are you feeling okay today, man? I appreciate the donations. I do. But are you all right? Who is Phil Anselmo? Okay.
That sounds so familiar, but I think that's just a character from a movie, City Hall, that I'm thinking of, not somebody real. Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know that there's a real person. Now I got to
By the
look
way,
it
you
up.
should check that movie out, Monkey.
Which one's City Hall?
City Hall. It's a really underrated film, and it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's like political thriller. Al Pacino plays a mayor in New York, and oh shit, what's his name? That actor I really like. Oh, he was in Better Off Dead. You know,
Cusack?
blank. John Cusack. John Cusack plays the deputy mayor to Al Pacino, who is the mayor, and it's all about like political corruption, et cetera, et cetera. It's written by Nicholas Pileggi, the guy who wrote, along with Martin Scorsese, Casino and Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on that level of raw, interesting political thriller. You should absolutely check it out. It's a great film, underrated in a big way. I think it went straight to DVD. I mean,
guys, I did look it up, and yeah, he's the lead singer of Pantera, which several people have told us by now.
Okay.
But yeah, and Ed says he's just laughing, and Phil is Pantera. Yeah, look, dude, I just want to make sure like you're not like super drunk and throwing money that you don't have at me. That always worries me if we get a lot of weird ones. Like you're not like drunk, are you? I don't want you wasting your rent money on me because you got drunk and thought it'd be funny. If you're just having fun, that's cool, and I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Just remember, I do reserve the right not to say certain things, and there's certain things I will not say.
Oh, and Stargazer's here posting the links. Thank you, Stargazer, for posting my and Monkey's Streamlabs. So
that's just a sweetheart. And yeah, Drunkle's back, guys. Drunkle is back.
Yeah, that is fucking great news. When did did that happen just recently?
I don't know.
I heard about it here in your chat first.
I don't know how people even knew if somebody decided to go to his channel and see.
Right.
Because he hasn't posted it on his Twitter, so I don't know where he posted it. Or how people found out. Nah, I'm good, homie. Just giving some donations at a good dude. Won't hurt the rent. Don't worry. Oh, cool. Look, there is a certain user, I'm not going to name names, who occasionally gets drunk and throws money. It's like, dude, just go sleep. Just go sleep. you can talk to us tomorrow, bud. Talk to us tomorrow. Anyway, yeah. Where was the vegans, guys? I go watch the debate. It's still up on Sinatra's channel. He has it up there.
Okay, Monkey, you tell me, because I want to go off what you just said. Go watch the debate, right? Like I said, I was sleeping all day. Slept right through comic book curation time, even though it was Wednesday. I didn't even realize the next day was Wednesday because I was out chasing shots with beer and then beer with shots. You know how it is. I woke up and I saw that, and then I brought it up. I said, so Sinatra has this debate. How'd that go, guys? I go over on Alex's stream, right? And from Jack's description, I don't know if it's something I want to watch, man. Like, is it actually entertaining, or is it just a cringe fest to him yelling? Ask yourself, yelling.
Real quick, your mic just went really, what's the word I'm looking for? Scratchy. But, to answer your question, the reason I tell people to go watch stuff like that is I don't want you to take my word for it. But Polly, did you see any of my debate with Vegan Gains?
Okay, there. Is that better?
Yes, much better.
It's a USB port thing, man. It's whenever that happens, the USB.
What? That's the same problem that Weibo had. Yeah,
it's the port is janky and it's on its last legs, and I've cleaned out the port with isopropyl alcohol, etc. And I see, Expebble Hotep saying it. If my mic does that, guys, please let me know, because I can't tell, and it's an easy fix. I have to just unplug and jiggle the. And my Streamlabs is there to de-potato-ize. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
it's not the mic. Yes, I did watch your. With Vegan Gains, one over on Lauren Chen, formerly known as Millennial Roaming's channels.
No, mine and his directly.
Yep. No, I watched that one too. Yep.
Okay. So it was almost as bad as the Roaming Millennial one. It was just as bad as the one with me and Just Vegan Gains. So if you guys have never seen that, just to get an idea of what I'm talking about, all you got to do is watch the first 10 minutes, and you'll get a gist of how this entire debate goes. And and you'll quickly see the tactic at hand. The tactic at hand, and Sinatra calls it out immediately. You're trying to put me in a box. You're trying to force me into what you want me to be, and that's what it is. But I do encourage you to at least watch, say, the first 10 minutes of it, just so you can see what the fuck we're talking about. And vegans lose their minds, you guys. It's it's funny because, like I said, Sinatra will probably be dealing for a couple of years with people coming back to this very debate if he leaves it on his channel, giving him shit like, haha, you lost a debate, or what, you're an animal killer. Yeah, I've never killed an animal, but I'll eat the fuck out of one. I'd kill one if I had to. I'm not above it, but luckily I don't have to because it comes in cellophane in the supermarket.
You know what bugs me with this is, I said this in chat like a little bit earlier. I don't know if you caught it, but they're really given like the term logic and the term fallacy a really bad name amongst anyone who listens to them, I should say. They gave us the fallacy, my friend. Yeah, I mean, that was legendary. That was peak retardation. The fallacy. I brought that up to people on campus that had computer science people and a lot of pre-law people that were forced or required rather to take courses in first order logic. And brother said, somebody actually said fallacy. And it's like, what's that? And I said, well, it's what it sounds like. Nothing. It's garbage. It's like, did anyone ever ask one of these people to define a fallacy since they use it so much? And I'm like, I hear you. No, I don't think anybody ever has. I was like, go ahead and define it. Like because you're not talking about formal fallacies, because otherwise you'd be able to point out how the structure of the argument was wrong. How is it an informal fallacy? Define that for me. Because you're calling all sorts of things that. And they're going to go, well, it's an ad hominem. No, I didn't ask you what an ad hominem was. I asked you what a fallacy was. It's an error in reasoning. No, it's not. There's lots of errors in reasoning that aren't fallacies. So tell me what they just pressure them. See if they've even bothered to open up the Wikipedia page on it to look it up. These people are given a horrible, horrible name to a highly defined, unambiguous set of thoughts and structures for producing rational arguments.
Well, here's the problem. They've heard certain terms and just use them. Like the fallacy thing.
I agree completely. That's why I think it's happening.
Comes from them actually knowing a couple of fallacies. They don't know why they know them, but like appeal to authority. They know that's a fallacy. They don't know why.
Dangerous Spaces says it perfect. They think fallacy means your point is wrong. Yes, they think
that's a fallacy. Fallacy. I about fell out of my fucking chair when I heard Vegan Gains say fallacy.
And I heard it. There was no pause. It wasn't like that's a fallacy. Like to emphasize. No. He meant it was a fallacious fallacy.
The first one was an adjective.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, for fuck's sake.
That was so extra. I loved it. It was. I mean, how could you take someone seriously after they said something like that?
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's only worth debating them if you're doing it for the fun. Sincerely, I mean that. You're not going to change their mind, because to them, the people who are like this, they are militant about it. They are religious about it. This is their morality, and you're not going to change their mind on a YouTube debate over that.
You know what? I think you're absolutely right, because you got people in chat like Evolved Potato and Pyrrhus Creed and other people are pointing out like this is what a fallacy actually is and so forth. And I agree. Their means like logic, reason, rationality, fallacies, formal fallacies, structured arguments, premises leading through to a conclusion. They don't care about any of that. They care about affirming their morality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the quest that they're on.
Hey, you know what? I'm actually glad you said that, as Nuts said this in chat, because she said, still think the cockroach argument was funny. Now, the cockroach argument, for those who didn't get to experience it live, me and Vegan Games, we were arguing, and his he's got this idea, you shouldn't kill animals And it's certainly not pests. You don't kill pest animals. I'm like, well, do you kill bugs? And he was like, well, a cockroach. Would you kill cockroaches in your house? He goes, well, yeah. I'm like, aren't they sentient? I mean, we can see that a bug, if you try to kill a bug, miss on purpose, it will run from you. It's scared. It has a fight or flight response. This is a sentient being. But apparently it was okay to kill that one. And so just over that was like a half-hour part of the conversation where I'm telling him if his house got infested with cockroaches, the humane thing to do would be to move the fuck out. Because it would. Using their logic, you shouldn't kill them all. It would be unethical to kill them all. But for some reason, it's okay to kill pests. Those kind of bugs. He never even went, he never even went to, the fact that they spread disease, which is the easy argument. The smart argument.
Spread disease?
What's that?
That cockroaches spread disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never even made that argument. Never made the argument about them making people sick. You end up with cockroach shit everywhere. And no, his was just, well, there'd be too many of them. Well, then move out. Why should you get to kill them? They're sentient. And the point being made there that went so far over his fucking head was his whole argument is that you can't kill sentient things unless it's a bug. And then it's okay. I'm like, well, then by your own argument, you're a hypocrite. Thank you, Evil Dead Ed. My phallic is a fallacy. What's up, ladies? LOL.
No, whoa. That doesn't...
What?
That sounds like you just said I have a micro penis. What's up, ladies?
Well, I think that's a joke from when he was talking about how big his dick was earlier.
Well, this is, it's I'm trying to
just saying.
Think of well, I mean, it would be a good self-facing piece of humor to open up with a lady. So instead of the stuff Monkey recommends, don't say that stuff to ladies. Don't.
Jedi Ghost Bear says, Monk, vegan gains couldn't because you could have easily shifted that to mice. I know. Believe me. I did not go into that conversation dumb. I may not know all your fancy college fallacies, but I can argue
don't need
logic.
To. That's the fucking joke. You don't fucking need to.
I know.
I mean, seriously, come and say, listen, I'm not going to listen to another single fallacy until you look it up. And if I hear keyboard clacking, I'm kicking you. Because that means you're having to look it up right now. As much as you throw them fucking terms around. And the reason why I'm so insistent upon that is that a fallacy in one way or another that makes it difficult, if not impossible, to draw a conclusion from the premises offered. I'm not so much interested in the fallacies that they endlessly spout upon. I'm interested in the premises because specifically one, they do mention it. And you've heard me talk about this before. It's to reduce suffering, which I am willing to accept as axiomatic and why would you want to reduce suffering? Well, because suffering is wrong. I'm willing to accept that as an axiomatic truth. I would not sit there and go, well, why is suffering wrong? I wouldn't be that guy. It's like, okay, so the idea is suffering is wrong. Therefore, we should reduce suffering. And since eating meat causes suffering, it is ergo wrong to eat meat. That's what a fully formed argument sounds like. Ask yourself. And I've never heard him do that once. Because the premise from those premises do lead through to that conclusion. It's well structured. Now, is it flawed in terms of it being sound, meaning the content? I don't know. Is there a way to eat meat and not cause suffering? Because if there is, that argument isn't sound. And it's what I find interesting. Why are you willing to eat invasive species, which they are permissive of? It's like, well, because that'll cause additional suffering from the animals that were meant to be there. So you are willing to cause suffering to animals under certain circumstances. So we already know it's not an absolute with you. And that's fine. I would agree with the invasive species thing as well myself. They are destructive, but you're willing to cause suffering, so am I. So if the goal is to reduce suffering, why are you against everyone eating meat as opposed to everyone eating ethically? Because that will achieve more quickly a greater result for the premise that you want to achieve, which is to reduce animal suffering. Factory farms cause more suffering. People eating too much meat and not enough grains and vegetables is what causes animal suffering because there's a high demand for that meat product. Go after that. It's more practical and it'll more effectively result in what you want. But
Evil Dead Ed in chat, he says, on a real note, as a hunter, I do more for deer than a vegan will ever do. But yeah, see, I know a lot of hunters. And while they enjoy that that deer they get, or 2 sometimes a year, depending on if they get the other permit, they don't just enjoy taking life. They enjoy the hunt, but the rest of the year they're not out there like trying to starve deer and shit. The deer population existing gives them their hunt, as well as feeds their fucking families. One of the parts that me and Vegan Gaines got into the argument about was nobody needs to eat meat. I'm like, well, you know, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere where it's cold as shit half the year. And I know people who a large part of their winter diet is what they kill. It's not.
Evil Dead Ed is absolutely right. Like the whole, like, especially hunters are causing the least amount of suffering. They're all about humane kills. Conservation groups were created and are made up of hunters. There wouldn't be knowledge of the populations of animals, and that you need to kill more does and stags because of the difference. Just hunters do more than vegans ever do for causing less suffering to animal populations. It's wild.
But they kill a deer, Polly.
I know. See, and that's what people in chat are saying. It's, you know, Polly, you know, whatever you're saying, it might be right or wrong, but that's not the point for them. And you're right. It's not. That's why they're full of shit. The point is to be right and to continue their crusade.
I just want to remind you folks, for those of you who did miss it, and those of you who enjoy laughing about it when I bring it up, Vegan Gaines said he would eat a retarded person rather than a cow if he was stuck on a desert island, and those were his only choices.
Jesus Christ.
He actually said that. Lunatic. And I give him credit for sticking to his argument, man. That's a hard way to stick to your argument, to admit you're going to eat a retarded person. But
Frank over on the Streamlabs, thank you for the 3. Define what bad means. Are you asking actually, or are you... You have to take it as axiomatic that a bad thing is bad because it reduces a calm, pleasurable, carefree life. Do you know what I mean? So, but that's, like, but why is that a good thing? And it becomes a circular thing. Certain things have to be accepted as hard truths that you know a priori. You know, that's why I wouldn't sit there and debate with them. It's like, okay, well, prove to me that suffering's bad then. It's like, that's just being a pedantic fuck. I realize it's incessant on YouTube everywhere to just be pedantic and keep arguing, but
it's fun sometimes.
Well, I wasn't going to say I'm looking at you, Monkey, but I was thinking.
You can. Look, I have fun with it sometimes. I don't mind. But, you know, if you're going to argue with a vegan, that's the way to go into it. I'm not kidding, guys. There's no reason to debate them. None, other than fun.
Because it's not a debate, and they're trying to use your large platform, because a lot of people said this, and somebody said it earlier in your chat, right? That I have a small channel, they're not going to debate me. Yeah, they only go after people they're trying to use your platform to promote their ideas. And the irony of it is that we were talking about this over on Alex's stream. They turn off more people than they give food for thought. Anyone listening to that guy is like, man, these people are fucking nuts. They're not sitting there thinking about the immorality.
Only the hardcore stick with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're already vegans. They're preaching to the choir at that point. But then they get to what's the fucking word he uses? Shit, I can't remember. Murked. I murked you. Like, what the fuck does that mean? And somebody had to tell me that was
as a mercenary.
Yeah, it's a term from some video game. People who didn't get laid in high school played. Jesus. And so they still use. I'd never heard it till this guy, and I've never heard it since.
Is that like what? Owned you, pwned you, destroyed you, eviscerated you?
I pwned you, man.
Yeah,
I pwned you.
When you have to say it, you probably didn't.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the Vegan Gains debate is honestly the video I made afterwards, because he made his crowing about how he owned me, and so I made just a small follow up pointing out that I gained subs while he lost them. And that pissed off vegans more than anything I said in the argument. More than anything I said in that whole debate. Getting this man to admit he'd eat a retard, that was fine. But pointing out he lost subs, which, by the way, he doesn't do. Vegan Gains doesn't lose subscribers. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, right after that debate, he lost like a handful of subscribers where mine went up. And then he was solid for a day, and then he started gaining again. I like, gotcha, bitch.
I think you made a key important point with earlier on, and it's not just a popularity fallacy. It goes to a certain point. If your goal is to, like, spread the word of our Lord and Savior Peter Singer, who's a moral philosopher and takes everything to an insane extreme, guys. If you don't know, his writings were required reading when I was doing moral philosophy, and he still talks about. I mean, guys, this is the dude that says it's okay to post-birth abort a child under 3 years old because of a number of really highly
that dick.
Yeah, that guy. That's
okay. Okay, I know who he is.
The guy's a fucking loon, and has been for a long time. And the reason he keeps getting published is because he has such an extreme position that he structures it well. It's a structured argument to get there, but in the end, it's like you are basing it entirely upon premises that I'm not willing to accept. And his most of his where I would disagree with them is that if there's a 1% chance stuff is the way I would always argue about it, like eating mollusks, like clams and the like, right? They don't possess a neural net. They don't possess the ability to feel pain such as we understand it. But the chance does exist that they still feel pain, even though they don't have the neurological structure that we're familiar with. We shouldn't be using ourselves as a model to define how pain is felt. At least the mammalian brain feels pain, right? So there's a possibility they feel pain, ergo, we shouldn't eat them. He's constantly riding that 1% possibility. If there's the chance, then we need to err on the side of the chance. But he never errs the other direction. It's a child under 3 years old does not have the moral blah, 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 blah. But you're using yourself as an adult human to define what makes a person. And you never err on the correct side on that. Or not the correct side as I would see. You never err on the side that would allow the child to live or that would result in the eating of the clam. You're always erring on the weird extreme side that interestingly is going to get you published. Is that an accident?
No.
I don't think so, but that's just me.
Well, to the point about the way these guys do their stuff, ask yourself 2 years ago, when all of this blew up the first time, he went around to everybody that had a bigger channel than him, everybody, and demanded debates, demanded. And if you wouldn't debate him, you were hiding, you were afraid of him. Like, no, you're just not worth my time, pussy. Yeah. By the way,
Midnight Exiles is eating of the clam. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. The bearded one, of course, because we are animal cruelty free around here at the Ranting Monkey channel. I just brought up Drunkle's channel, and he's deleted a shit ton of videos.
You think maybe he got rid of
deleted?
You think there was some kind of conversation between him and YouTube via email that he was able to get rid of the offensive matter somehow? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he got it back and he decided not to get fucked again. But there's a whole, it's mostly just the streams at the top. Videos I know I watched are gone.
Oh, okay. Frank, for another $1 on the Streamlabs, thank you very much. He actually asked Sinatra to define what bad meant. That's what you were saying? Define what bad meant? He actually asked Sinatra that question? That's... Okay, I said I'm not going to be pedantic. Apparently, he's willing to be. My God. Bad, meaning the absence of that which we would generally define as good. Well, what does that mean? Like, I mean, it's...
Sticking your dick in the cat, weirdo. Oh, sorry.
I mean, you've had kids, Monkey, a bunch of them. You've raised them to adulthood. You know the things like my niece and nephews do with you got to go to bed. Why? Yeah, every question can be answered why, if you want to. If you're being an arguer in bad faith, or you're just a child who's looking to be petulant, yeah, you can always ask why and never accept anyone's reasoning for anything. I don't find that persuasive. You make it sound like you would find anything persuasive.
Real quick, P-Dog says, I would assume YouTube deleted them. Not necessarily. I mean, if whatever it was that got him banished in the first place, they decided wasn't bad enough, or they were like, look, you're going to have to delete some of your stuff. I mean, either of those is possible. And look, even if they gave it back to him clean and clear, I would have went through and deleted a bunch of shit too. I already have, so I don't blame him.
But just really quick, what you mentioned with like Sinatra's grown 3 times since the last time you talked.
10 times.
10 times. That's not just, I'm not trying to make an argument like, well, he's more popular, therefore he's right. I'm not saying that. I'm making I think it's important what you said. They're repeating the same things. They're not growing any larger. And now you just went around to him again. Now that he's 10 times bigger and provided a platform whereby his 10 times larger sub count now just heard you carry on like an idiot. And that's why you're going to continue to shrink. It's running around and arguing with these people is not convincing anyone. It's not giving and fuck convincing, fuck persuading. Just food for thought. Yes, this is wrong. Yes, this is. I might want to rethink this. Perhaps factory farming should be reconsidered, such that when they go vote for somebody who's going to put regulations on factory farming, they might consider voting for that person. You know, though that's actual effectiveness in the practical real world, not your fucking moral crusade of just wanting to yell. You're not reaching a larger platform. You're not spreading the word of Peter Singer.
But they are. They think they are. And again, the problem there is that they are preaching to the choir. Only the people who are already converted are going to cheer that kind of nonsense. You're not going to change somebody's mind by yelling at somebody when they say the difference between animals and humans is that one is an animal, the other is a human, and yelling at them that they're wrong for that. Because you're not giving any kind of definition there. Now, if you say, would you support the suffering of humans? Of course not. Well, why do you support the suffering of animals? Well, I don't support the suffering of animals. And Sinatra tried to explain this to him. He's like, look, I think there's a huge problem with factory farming. There's a lot of people, myself included, who think there's a problem with the way factory farms are run. But it's not enough to
accept my position, or you accept the suffering of animals. Why are you in support of the suffering of animals? Yes, I stopped beating my wife. Go fuck yourself.
Yes.
You defined me as being a thing and then said, why are you that thing?
Yep.
Cram it, prick.
Dude, from the beginning, literally from the beginning, he's talking about the animal holocaust.
The
fucking animal holocaust.
Define holocaust.
I'm not making that up.
It means a large conflagration, a fire, a burning, a large destruction, most often from fire. So you tell me how that fucking fits eating animals. Yep. Miserable bastard. You're trying to associate it with the Jewish Holocaust during World War II for emotional purposes. Fuck your characterization and labels.
I'm not and look, again, I'm not exactly against factory farming. I'm against some of the practices that are incorporated in factory farming. Of course, with our modern day, we're going to have large farms, and technically that's a factory farm. It's the ways in which the animals are treated there. And the ways in which they're killed there sometimes are kind of mean.
No, see, Monkey, this is all. I was just about to point out, and not just kill, but the way that they live, small cages, so their meat doesn't become stringy, all of the various things that occur in factory farming that are horrible. But this is an effective, useful conversation for that's aimed at lowering animal suffering. Because why do we even care?
Yes.
Well, because animals are suffering, and that's not bad, and it's not necessary to eat meat to have them suffer during their lifetimes in this way. This is all useful, but like we've been saying, they don't care.
No, because it's
a means to be
the same reason
me about things.
It's the same reason I left liberal or libertarians, because it's an all or nothing game with these people. All or nothing, and that doesn't have to be that way. Wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better, vegans, to align with people who are at least on the side of saying we need to reduce the suffering, rather than go, nope, either you got to be on our side or you're not on our, or you're the devil, you're a sinner. You still eat that meat. Who cares that animal had a good life and wasn't harmed during its life until, death, of course. But no, all or nothing. Well, if it's all or nothing, guess what? It's going to be all. How's that feel?
Because somebody said in chat here, people will still eat meat. Yes, they will. And knowing that as kind of a, it's going to be real tough to turn everyone into a vegan, but we could. Yeah. And we could also all move to the moon. It's theoretically possible. So anyway, back in the realms of practicality, people are still going to eat meat. Do you want to reduce animal suffering? Because I do. But there's middle ground here that could achieve that.
Yep.
You zealous bastard.
It's all or nothing, Polly. You either have to convert or you are a sinner. And I know we've made the comparison to religion or cultism, however you want to say it. with other groups, and it does fit, but none are quite as apt as vegans, man. Because this is the core of their morality. Not all, hashtag not all, but I'm talking about people like Ask Yourself, the guy that Sinatra was arguing with. It is the core of their whole being.
And these people fit in a really small category for me. Yeah, we love busting balls on stupid people. It's fun. People that take things far, embarrass themselves publicly, or when we embarrass ourselves and we all bust balls on each other, that kind of thing. I don't feel like I'm doing that here. I feel like I'm pointing like these people are weird and dangerous and strange, and they're doing more damage to their own cause than anybody else ever could. Somebody sizzling steaks on stage, making everybody drool would be less damaging than listening to those guys.
Ask yourself, I mentioned this earlier. Ask yourself in his videos, he always has pictures of animals being killed. Factory farming kind of stuff. And so when I made my response to him, because I made a response video to Ask Yourself once, I believe it's still on the channel. I had steaks and hamburgers cooking in the background the whole time.
You shit posted bastard.
Fuck that guy. So let me show you what they look like when they're tasty. Real quick, Frank over on the Streamlabs. When they got into the discussion about objective via subjective morals, he tried calling out Sinatra for saying morals are subjective, then saying diddling kids is objectively bad, which led to the discussion about whether it was objectively or subjectively and what bad means.
Yeah. I decided I want to go listen to this, if only to hear him. Like, dude, when somebody's talking because that's not good. Well, define good. You're just sitting there listening for words that you can challenge me on. You're not even attempting to absorb what I'm saying.
Well, again, from the beginning, he asks Sinatra a whole bunch of questions, and Sinatra answers them. He does. Now, Ask Yourself doesn't like Sinatra's answers, but Sinatra answers them, and he's like, okay, my turn to ask questions. Like, no, there's still a question on the table. And just starts screaming over Sinatra. Literally gets his mouth right up to his fucking mic. Sinatra. Like, wow.
What? See, that was the part that made me think, like, I asked you, do I even want to listen to this? Because Jack was describing it in that way. He said, when people get up, like, right up close to their mic and start getting real loud because they think it actually makes them louder on the stream, as opposed to just distorted as fuck. Said he kept doing that over and over again. I'm like, I don't know. Seems like it would drive me fucking crazy listening to someone do that. So
in fairness, he doesn't get distorted. He must have a very good mic because he gets right up on it. You can tell his like mouth is pressed against his pop filter.
Yeah, it sounds like a rational arguer.
Yeah. There is a great part where Sinatra tells him, I can talk over you too. It was fucking beautiful. I love Sin, and he did a great job with this. And like I said, I've argued with Sin several times, and he is the nicest guy I think I've ever argued with, online at least, because we just end up having a discussion about where we have differences of opinion. We don't yell at each other, and fuck, Polly, you and I have had disagreements, and it can get a little bit loud, a little bit. And you're a nice guy.
But not really, but I pretend.
You're a nice guy. Stop.
Shut up and accept it, nice guy. You don't think that these people are inherently nice? You don't think they're just getting worked up?
Who, people like Ask Yourself? No, I don't think he's a nice guy.
You think he's just a fucking prick and he's found a way to be a prick?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because I don't know him in real life. Looking at what's his name? Vegan Gains. I found that moment really instructive where, because he had mentioned before, he's got anger control issues, etc. And it's like, no. And remember when he's sitting there in front of his computer and his wife was over in the corner and she heard him getting loud and she had like come over and put her hand on his shoulder. Like, you're doing it again, sweetie, calm down. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that was during the roaming millennial debate. His wife comes over to calm him down.
That speaks volumes, because I don't think she's just doing it. My guess, I don't know, but I don't think she's just doing it when he's talking about meat and shit. I think he probably like snaps a shoelace tying his shoes and flies off the fucking handle, Now, again, I think Vegan Gains has done some stuff wrong. Like, there's one video where he fantasizes about stomping child's head with his boot.
The video where he pretends he has a gun, because come on, he's Canadian, but he pretends he has a gun and he's going to shoot Bering. That is just him being hyperbolic. Same with him when he's. Have you ever seen his? I don't know how much you've seen of Vegan Gains.
I saw some videos on his channel. Mostly, he came to my attention through Bering in the exact video you're talking about. With the, what if I were just to shoot you in the head? Remember with those little, whatever, his airsoft gun or whatever.
Little airsoft gun, yeah.
And hey, and airsoft's cool. You guys are giving it a bad name. Airsoft is fun. You guys are idiots. Quit pretending those are real guns.
Well, he's Canadian. That is real to him.
Like,
that's as real as it gets.
In Canada, it's just that coward won't. You know what I mean? In any case, I did go to his channel because what I was curious about is, does this guy promote a vegan lifestyle? Meaning, like, I would imagine cooking and spices and you know, a lot of cooking stuff would be. And no, there really isn't. So I watched a number of his videos, and like that's when the dumpster diving thing came up, and how to be a freegan. And,
oh God. The dumpster diving. Oh God. So he goes dumpster diving with his friend because he decides he's going to try freeganism. And if you guys don't know what freeganism is, that's where you eat trash. There's no better way to say it. It's eating trash. And you know what? Sure, you can live that way and you can find stuff that's in the garbage that's not actually expired. But he picks up this loaf of bread when he's in the dumpster with his buddy. And he holds it up and he looks at he doesn't know how to read expiration dates. So he holds up this loaf of bread and he says something to the effect of, wow, this doesn't expire for like 6 months. I'm like, bread?
Yeah.
There ain't a bread in the fucking world that lasts 6 fucking months. What are you talking about, you crazy bastard? Hopefully he didn't eat it, because I don't look, Richard is insane, but I don't wish ill on him. Now, I do hate what he did with his dog, because he almost killed his dog by feeding him vegan shit.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that in chat. Lamented Guide mentioned that, and it was Bering must know his animal types. He goes, that dog's a breed with a blah blah blah. They have to eat meat, man. You're gonna fucking kill that dog. And I was like, oh,
dogs are all wolves, man. They have to eat meat. There's cats need to as well. But I believe there is a 1 or 2 breeds that can live off just plants. Don't quote me on that. I may have that backwards. Maybe there's a dog or 2 that can live off just vegetation. But if you have a cat or a dog, just feed them fucking meat. They're fucking There's a reason they have those pointy teeth, jackasses. It's for killing. You know what they do after they kill stuff? It's not just for fun. They eat it. That's what they do in the wild. You dumb sons of bitches.
Well, okay. Anyhow. You know what? It leads through to the other thing. You know,
hold that one for a second. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Hey,
not
Jack.
Too bad.
I missed you, man. It's been so long.
I know, right?
I had just interrupted you there, Polly. I'm sorry. You're saying this leads through to.
We're talking about meat, right? But they're vegans. They're not vegetarians. So it's honey and milk and dairy in general, like, right? You know?
Yeah. And nothing animal created.
There's animals you can live with that Bedouins do, other tribes people do, farmers do, where they're not forcing the cow to be constantly pregnant. Like, okay, I understand you're talking about factory farming, but there's a cooperative relationship that exists between humans and certain milk bearing animals like goats and cows and horses, mares and stuff, where milking them is not harming them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they don't have any offspring, milking them is fine during certain times of the year when they're ovulating, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I mean, it's just the idea that if you're eating any kind of animal product, you're obviously causing this unconscionable suffering. Oh, go fuck yourself. The level of purism is insane.
Thank you, Oki. Had it backwards. Dogs can be vegetarian, cats can't. There you go. But dogs are not naturally vegetarian. Dogs are scavengers, is what they are.
Yeah, they're just socially acceptable raccoons.
Yeah, that's true. And they don't have the hands that they can open stuff with. Oh man, these vegan things, man. I enjoy them so much because they are so insane. But yeah, again, there's no point other than to laugh, guys. Seriously. And if you're a vegan out there, good for you. Good for you. I applaud you in your moralistic crusade. You're never going to convert me.
So I just got here. Did you get a chance to watch any of Sinatra's debate, Monkey?
Oh, I did. Cryptic, thank you so much. Cat, dogs, meat, drool. There you go. In certain parts of the world, you're right. I'd seen part of it before, Jack, and I watched the first probably half hour of it before I was like, all right, fuck it. I know what's happening here. So yeah, it was as insane as I thought it would be. Somebody had told us during Lords of the Night that the debate was going, or that Sinatra was debating a vegan. I was like, really? So while we were actually live, I popped over there and just hit the button so I could hear it. And there was some severe shouting going on. I'm like, nope, turn it off. Like, there's no way I can even pay attention to that. So, yeah, we had him on the show to talk about it more. But yeah, when I saw it was Ask Yourself, I should have known. I
thought he was the relatively calm one between him and Vegan Gains. But
no, that's
guess
like,
not.
It's like saying this rabid honey badger isn't quite as bad as that one over there. You know, just one of them's not attacking you at the moment doesn't mean the other one doesn't want to eat your face.
He wants to be Richard so bad.
Oh, it's a love affair, I tell you.
Oh yeah, I used to call him Vegan Gaines' left nut because he was like on his nuts constantly, to the point where I bet even Richard's like, "Get away from me, weirdo! Just back off." But yeah, he's the one that Ask Yourself. That's why I said I should have known, because at that time, Vegan Gaines would reach out to a few people who had like specifically mentioned him, or like he reached out to me because I had been part of that other debate. But he wasn't running around to everybody who ever said the word vegan, which Ask Yourself does. And Ask Yourself was on a crusade. He was going to bring down the skeptics over veganism. I'm not making that up.
I don't understand that.
Was he going to do a Medicare and make a video on them and single-handedly destroy them?
It was going to be, how did he put it? It was going to be to skeptics what atheism plus was to atheists. You see, he was going to get in there and plant this seed, and the skeptics were going to break into two: the people who were vegans and the people who weren't. And most people just laughed at him, had a good joke or laugh at his expense, and then moved on with their lives.
I mean, that betrays like delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean?
Think?
Yeah, like it's like, I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to do this thing, and it's going to cause all, like, what do you think? You're the puppet master?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
You can see it in the way he argues, man.
Yeah, in that like domineering Gish Gallop way. He argues like Destiny does. And he's got that same mentality.
Hang on. Go ahead. Finish your statement there.
It's like that holier than thou arrogance of the righteous.
Now, I do have to be fair to Destiny here, because Destiny gets a lot of shit and a lot of it earned. And his attitude, you're absolutely right about that, because he's a smug little shit. But Destiny can at least move on from topic to topic where you will only get the same thing from this guy repeatedly. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I bet you somewhere later in that argument, past where I saw, he brings up I don't know if he came up with this question or he thinks he did, but he used to say, I have the question that they'll never be able to answer. What is it about humans that if they were animals would make it, so you could kill them or whatever?
Yeah, he totally did that.
See, I know he did, because that's all he fucking does. He thinks that is the be-all, end-all argument of the whole thing. That is literally seeing Jesus.
I didn't quite understand the question. What's his mic drop?
Okay, so here's the question. What is it that's inherent in humans that if it were inherent in animals would make it wrong to kill animals?
Gotcha.
Basically, what's the difference between the two that makes it okay to kill animals? He can't just fucking say that, because that'd be too easy.
Well, I got an easy answer, but he wouldn't like it. Like,
no, he wouldn't, because
we have souls. There, shut up.
Oh, no, that's the one Sinatra used.
Well, I mean, well, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I prefaced it with "I'm a theist." Now, if you're not a theist, you're not going to find that very acceptable at all. But you know, what was his response when Sinatra said that?
It was a bunch of like dodging and weaving, and the whole well, how do you prove that? How do you prove what a soul is? That sort of shit. The whole
okay.
You know, my answer to that is easy. One's a human, one's not. That's the difference.
I mean, if you don't want me to go the theistic route, I can provide ones. It's like we're metaconscious. Oh. Ergo, we have dignity amongst ourselves that we do not afford to other animals because it's a traditional. Because dignity cannot be had by something that isn't aware of its own existence, and we're willing to afford it to others of our kind, even if they don't possess self-awareness, like severely disabled people.
Oh no, disabled people we can exterminate. We established that.
Yeah, we can eat them. It gets better though, Pop.
Employ the homeless in hard labor, Jack. Let it go.
It gets better. There's at one point where he asks Sinatra if your mom is in her body and somehow it gets genetically mutated. I forget the exact layout, but something happens so she's not human anymore.
Transferring her consciousness.
Transferring her consciousness. There you go. Yeah, like into a cow or something. Is it then okay to kill your mom as a cow and package it up?
That's how that came. Okay, Jack was talking about mental transference, and I was like, what? I mean, it doesn't help any. That's still like butt fucking crazy, but still,
it's fucking retarded.
Over on the Streamlabs,
gentlemen, can you talk for just a second? Lady Monkey's up. I'm gonna go check on her.
Sure.
Sorry. So over on the Streamlabs, Frank for the $3. Thank you very much. I heard it touched on. May have missed it if it was confirmed. Wolves and dogs are actually the same species still. Due to being around us for a few thousand years, they've gotten bacteria needed for some fruits and vegetables, but not much. Okay, didn't know that. I had only heard recently that cats are like 100% meat eaters. I'm not a big pet guy in any stretch of the imagination. I didn't realize that they're meatitarians, cats. As for dogs, I thought that they could do both because I see dogs eating blades of grass and plants and shit, like your house plants. Wait a minute, cats eat house plants too. What the fuck are they doing? Are they just being obnoxious little pricks?
No, they eat plants to vomit.
They vomit right away? Okay.
Yeah, it's so that they'll regurgitate.
Oh, they're doing it on purpose?
Sick. Yeah. Yeah.
No shit.
It means there's something wrong.
I've never had a pet, which is sad. I want to get one if I didn't live in a place that had no pets as part of the rental agreement. They explicitly stated in the rental agreement I would have a cat.
Cats are great pets. They're super easy. They kind of do their own thing. They leave you. They're like roommates that don't pay rent.
Yeah, I mean, because I would feel comfortable getting one of those, the automatic feeders. You've seen them, right?
Yeah.
With the timer on it and such. I'd be okay with doing that. A dog, I'd feel bad leave because sometimes I don't come home for a couple of days. And it's like, you can't do that with a dog, man. But a cat, really the auto feeder, and you trusted that it was reliable, I'd be okay with that,
Yeah, you really shouldn't do that with any pet. But that cat will ruin all your stuff because it'll piss him off.
Midnight in Exile says, now we know why Polly cannot experience human emotion because I've never had a pet.
You've never known love.
Yeah. Well, I took care of that one dog one time that the guy was moving away and he said, can you take care of my dog? He didn't come back for 2 months to get the dog. I thought the dog was pretty much mine at that point.
Yeah, I would too.
And so, yeah, I guess I have had a pet because I took care of that. And that dog was awesome. It was a miniature Alaskan Husky, I think. It looked like a really small, long-haired white dog. It was great. She was so smart. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Huskies are real smart, but they're very independent.
It was, she was a little bit of a wuss, if anything. Like, you'd run up to her to pet her and she'd go, wee! Like jump back, like scared.
Well, you're giant compared to her.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
What was reeing at you?
I was just saying I've never had a pet, but I did take care of a miniature Alaskan Husky for a couple months that somebody just like ignorantly just left with me. He said a couple days. He didn't come back for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was taking care of that dog, and And Jack said, yeah, Huskies are great. They're really smart and independent. And I said, that dog was actually like hilariously kind of a wuss. Like you'd run up to be like, hey, how's it going? And the dog would be like, wee, like start like whining and back the hell up. It was like, whoa. Didn't mean to scare you. I was just looking to play shit. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, Polly, really, if you haven't watched that debate, you should. You'll love it.
Say it again. Got a little quiet.
If you haven't seen that debate between those two.
Yeah, I mean, it might turn out like Monkey was saying it did for him. I'm gonna be like listening for half an hour and be like, all right, I know where this is going. But I do want to hear him kicking him. I want to hear what led up, like the 10 minutes leading up to him actually just boating his ass.
Yeah,
it had to get rough.
I'll find you a timestamp because I jumped in there when he was reading super chats. He let me come on and hang out.
What was that like?
Hang on. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Hold that. What was that like? Cryptic over on the Streamlabs. Thank you. He was trying to sound like Immanuel Kant, but sounded like Immanuel Cunt. The guy didn't understand the human eating human causes disease like Kuru that causes neurodegenerative disorder. That's why you don't fucking eat humans. Yeah. Sinatra brought that up like immediately. It's one of the first things he said to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Polly. I interrupted there.
I was just wondering, like, what was the mood like after he booted him? Was it just like, God damn, like for like 20 minutes, you and Sinatra just being like, that was fucking nuts. Oh, it so was.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Gil Collins is a miniature husky. That sounds insanely adorable. She was, I'm pretty sure she was a miniature Alaskan husky. But like I said, I'm not a dog person. I think that's what he said. And that's absolutely what she looked like. She just looked like a half-size mini husky. And man, woman magnet. When I'd walk her twice a day, and girls would just walk up and go, oh my God, what kind of breed is that? Is that your dog? Dogs are women magnets.
They are.
Especially
it's like having a baby with you.
What's that?
Says like having a baby with you. Women will just come over. They can smell it.
Lamented Guide, thank you for the $1. Sounds like my dog. She's half Samoyed and half Akita. She's a purebred sweetheart. She looks like she's a perpetually smiling white husky. There you go.
Richo says, I picked up 3 women in my life walking my dogs. There you go. Yeah, dogs, women like them things, man.
And if one of you know that breed better, a bunch of people were telling me that I think that was his name, and that the females are half the size of the males or more. Like there were people that knew that dog and came up to me and said, "Oh, they knew right away it was a she because she was so small." The males of that species are like twice as big.
They probably did that because people do it anyway. People just always call dogs she.
You think so?
Unless it's like a brute-looking dog.
I think it's the habit is to always call them, hey boy, like to always malealize them. Come here, boy.
Really? No, I do it the other way around. I want a Pomsky. You guys are all talking dogs now. I don't know dogs.
Yeah. Anything that'll fit a
decided I need a dog. Yeah. I'd like a dog more than a cat, but my life situation dictates I should really probably get a cat.
I'd rather have a cat. I miss having cats. My son's cat stayed with us for a couple of days when he was up, and I miss having a cat. But to wrap this part up, because we've talked about this for an hour and a half now. Again, nothing accomplished except for humor. I do encourage you to go watch the debate, and at least see the first. Watch once they get together, because there's a little time beforehand. But about 10 minutes into the debate, if you're like, okay, that's enough, that's the normal reaction. And you're not going to miss much, except for maybe jump to the end to see when Sinatra's like, all right, fuck it, I've had enough of this.
Threw a link to the, sorry.
Go ahead.
I threw a link to it in the chat.
There you go. And that part right before he kicks him off is fucking hilarious. I have argued with some morons. I have never seen that kind of behavior. Ever.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Something that's on topic, but would segue to another one. A while back, Necrosol said, vegans can go ahead and eat human breast milk, but not animals because human beings can consent. Now, speaking of animals and consenting with them, does anyone know how Cenk Uyghur's campaign's going?
I do not. I do not, actually.
I haven't. When Necrosol said that, I thought, oh yeah, how's Cenk Uyghur's? We were talking about consenting with animals. I was like, I haven't heard anything about it since people were busting balls on him and the whole Bernie withdrawing his support. And then Cenk saying, yeah, we're not accepting any support from established politicians. Yes. And it's like, nice cover, Cenk. Well done. I'm curious, has he even moved to the district yet, would be my question.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. The closest I've seen is that little gay guy who's on TYT. He tweeted out something about how the mainstream media is not fair to Bernie Sanders, and that's as close as I've seen. And that's just very, very, very distantly related.
Let me tell you something. This is just my opinion, of course, but the media is incredibly nice to Bernie Sanders. The guy's an out-and-out fucking red commie. And the only reason that he's getting the kind of respect and coverage, et cetera, that he is because they're a bunch of fucking pinkos too. He's getting up like all the fucking media coverage. You want to know who's getting bad coverage? Let's look at Tulsi.
You know who should get more bad coverage than they are? This guy.
Sanders, or not Sanders, Warren? She's getting all the bad coverage.
Our culture is not imported from some African nation or some Asian nation. It's our English jurisprudential culture, our European culture.
Damn,
Biden's been watching some alt-right videos. He apparently found PewDiePie and went to PewDiePie pipeline.
He went full defense of Western tradition. What the fuck, Joe?
Right? He almost talked about life forces and land, if you get what I'm saying.
Little Layden's realm to live in.
Wow.
That was interesting. Damn, Joe.
I'm gonna throw a Twitter feed into your chat here, guys. Check it out if you're interested. It's all different parts of this event that Biden was at tonight, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Aside, or that one over here. Okay.
Yeah. My favorite is the sign language lady.
Oh yes. She ends up having to do a quick Sieg Heil.
Yeah. And she does a little Hitler mustache.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and I was asked for that specific video. That is this post right here has it. There you go. If you want to, I just love the way he said it with the passion in his voice.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Well, it's like that could go like some people have been saying in chat, like the blood and soil route or strong, full-throated defense of Western tradition. Where are you going with this, Joe?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Can you imagine if Trump gave that speech?
Oh my God. It would be the end of everything. There'd be riots in the streets. He's now
wearing a swastika at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that and I laughed so fucking hard. I'm like, he did not. And you know what? For the record, Joe's not wrong. What he said there is not wrong. We do come from a European tradition. That's what formed our country.
Yeah, basic English liberty is what he's basically arguing there. And I would agree with it. It's just where you going with this?
No, he said it like Count Dracula would say it. Culture.
He said it like Richard Spencer would say it.
Yeah. The creep was there.
Oh my God. Like, Joe, the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Go back to talking about the chick bringing the carts in on the forklift. Oh man, but again, it's not that I have a problem with what he said. I have a problem with knowing how it'll be received versus how it would be received if anybody else of a certain different political persuasion would say it. Yeah, I don't know, like Republicans.
That's exactly what my thought was when it's like, if anybody else, you know what I mean? And that's how you know they're a bunch of fucking news entertainers. They're fucking blood-sucking vultures, these people who cover the news. They'll spin it in the worst way. The tiniest little things. It's like, well, Trump is patriotic. Patriotic means nationalist. Nationalism is white nationalism. He said he's patriotic. He's a Nazi. They do that on a regular basis. You got him up there arguing for Joe, arguing for Layden's realm and blood and soil. And they're just kind of like, oh, well, he's just like, talking to the people and it's fine. It's fine.
Real quick, over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Frank, for the donation. Speaking of Brown Buffalo, when he told Sinatra AIU was scared to debate him, and Sinatra said, yeah, I'm sure AIU was terrified to debate you. As sarcastic as possible, I laughed pretty hard. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I want to bring up one more thing, and this one's a little bit more convoluted than that last one. I saw this tweet, and I was like, I what the hell? And so the tweet is from John Ziegler. I don't know who this is. He's a Mediate senior columnist, talk show host, conservative libertarian, Georgetown Hoya, husband, father. That's what it says in his bio. Mm-hmm. He said this: up until this tweet, I actually thought you were a credible accuser of Bill Clinton, but now I don't know what to think. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck? So up until the tweet we're about to read, he thought this person was a credible accuser of Bill Clinton. Here's the tweet. You know, Opie, we truly don't give a fuck what you think. This is from Juanita Broderick. And she's responding to Ron Howard. We'll get to Ron Howard in a minute. But because she said, you know, Opie, we truly don't give a fuck what you think, this dude has decided she's not a credible accuser of Bill Clinton.
Facts adjust with politics, monkey.
I just don't understand.
No, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
How do you go from I believe that you were raped by Bill Clinton? Because remember, Juanita Broderick, she didn't accuse him of pulling his dick out. She didn't accuse him of just sleeping with her. She accused him of flat out rape. And this guy goes from, okay, I believe Bill Clinton raped you, to I don't think he really raped you because you didn't like something Ron Howard said.
Yeah.
Now, here's what Ron Howard said. In the entertainment industry, many have known, worked with Donald Trump, think that while his reality show was fun and ran a long time, he's a self-serving, dishonest, morally bankrupt egomaniac who doesn't care about anything or anyone but his fame and bank account and is hustling the U.S.
So he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
None of this had anything to do with Bill Clinton or rape or anything that would make you think, okay, she was lying about something else.
Yeah, it's pretty below the belt to say that you don't believe somebody was raped over something as trivial as that.
Yeah, especially when you believed her beforehand. If I'm to believe what he said, that he thought she was credible. What changes with this?
Well, they're a media scumbag. They're a news entertainer. So it's like I've found the ability to discredit that. And if the media scumbags were worth their salt and worth the name journalist, they would bring this up every time that this guy said anything about rape. You would be like, but wait a minute, you're the guy who decided to not believe a woman when you did before, based upon who she did and didn't support in an election year. So your opinions on this don't count. If journalists were worth their salt, they would bring that up with him, but they won't because they're scum.
Brick on a String asks, who's Ron Howard? We've had some answers in the chat. For anybody wondering, he played Opie on the Andy Griffith Show, and he went on after. He was also, what's his name on Happy Days? Richie. Played Richie on Happy Days. And then he's become a director. He's directed quite a few things. Some you probably like. He's not a bad director. He's just kind of an asshole in real life. But okay.
Yeah, he also directed Solo. So some things you probably didn't like.
Well, he directed about half a Solo.
Fair enough. You're both right, actually. Now, I did want to talk about what Ron Howard said here. Once again, those in the entertainment industry, many who have worked with Trump, think that while his reality show was fun and ran a long time, he's a self-serving, dishonest, morally bankrupt egomaniac who doesn't care, blah, 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 blah. It is amazing to me. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. How many Hollywood celebrities have always known how horrible Donald Trump was? They've always known it. He was always a shitbag that we hated, unless we wanted him in our movie or needed funding or wanted to hang out at his clubs. But now that he's a Republican president, it's okay for me to call him a shitbag. Yeah.
I mean, the mask has fallen off with all of the fucking Hollywood people, the hip hop artists who loved likening themselves to Trump. They heroized, they lionized Trump, et cetera, et cetera. Now he becomes Republican president, and the mask falls off. He's a white supremacist. He's literally Satan Hitler. It's like, oh, you're so full of fucking shit.
Well, one of two things is true. Either they're liars or they're the self-serving egomaniac assholes that they're accusing him of being. Either you knew he was a shitbag and you hid it because you were hoping he could do things for you, or you're lying now. Pick one. And it reminds me very much of Weinstein, right? Everybody knew Weinstein was a shitbag and they all did nothing about it for years and years and years until it became popular to be anti-Weinstein.
Right.
And I'm not suggesting that Trump was raping people or anything like that, but you get the analogy there.
Yeah, the huge hustler that would do anything for a buck, thus he's a disgusting person, morally bankrupt, etc. Yeah, it's like, I don't... Sure. You did nothing then because you don't have the courage of your convictions. And now it's become a trend to shoot your mouth off. Now you're just full of fucking conviction, which shows that you have none.
Meanwhile,
go to Google search trends, for example. If you don't believe me, prior to 3 years ago, how much was the word trans used? Just look up Google search item trends over time. So 3 years ago. It's like, people are like, oh, trans rights and trans people and trans. It's a trend. You're part of a current style. You're using them like somebody would use a fashion accessory.
Grill and Pirate Pete says, was Ron Howard one of those protecting Weinstein? I believe he worked with him before, if memory serves. And did he stand up to Streep, who applauded Polanski? No, none of these shitbags have stood up. You know what? I don't even feel why that. I understand why that would be a hard stance to take. If I was a celebrity, the first thing I would do the first time they put a mic in front of my face would be to say Roman Polanski should be in jail and anybody applauding him should be ashamed of themselves. That to me, why is that a hard stance to take? But then again, you have to realize these are the same people who protected Harvey Weinstein all the way up until they didn't. For decades, if you believe what they say. How long ago was it that the chick from Hole, what's her name? Courtney Love. She was on some red carpet and she called out Harvey Weinstein for being a rapist shitbag. And nobody said a word. Not a word. There was no Hannibal Buress up there talking about Harvey Weinstein. Because if Hannibal Buress had talked about Harvey Weinstein, people would have been like, who? There was no fame to get from that. Not until, okay, his career's winding down. He's getting old. His wife's going to take all of his money. We better get ours while we can. Oh, whoops. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I think most of the big actors, actresses have been through the casting couch. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. I would believe it for actresses. Actors, maybe. I don't know. But there's a difference between the casting couch and what they accused Harvey of. There's a difference between that. The casting couch is still voluntary, whether, you want to do that for your job or not. What they accused him of is forcing people onto the casting couch.
what I love the idea of the casting couch is like a literal like porn casting couch where it's like, all right, there's the couch. You want to fuck or you want this? Like, man, it's more like Scarlett Johansson and dating every major producer in Hollywood when she was hot between 19 and 23. She dated everyone. Sure. And it's like dated, meaning like went to Aspen for a couple of weeks with them. And then she wasn't dating them after that. Went down to their private island resort off of the Yucatan for like a month. And then afterwards wasn't dating. Yeah. Just they were dating. And it gets you contacts, it gets you known. Like that's what people are referring to or should be thinking of when they're talking about the casting couch. So when a role comes up, how do you think that she knows all these people?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the idea that there's a black leather sofa. Just one.
Yeah, that thing needs to quote Indiana Jones, it belongs in a museum. That is a piece of history.
Caramon says, Monkey, most of the male thespians earn their roles too. Sure.
Patrick Bennick says, I'd still bang Scarlett Johansson. So would I.
No.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. She's still hot. There's a reason that so many people wanted to date her that were producers and casting directors because she's fucking hot. The same reason I'd like to, quote, date her as well.
She's got a weird face.
Brick on a String says that couch must stink. No, my friend, that's why they came up with Febreze. It was specifically for that couch. It smells like sunshine now.
That couch smells like movie rolls.
It smells like tears and virginity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you who are fantasizing about dudes sucking dick to get ahead. If you say so. The female casting couch is well known. Yeah. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Yeah. Dak, don't lie. You just don't think Scarlett's eyes are slanted enough. Oh,
that's part of it.
The problem,
Jack? That is a part of it. The other part is that her thighs are gigantic.
No. They're thick and wonderful. It's fine.
No, that's fucking disgusting. She's gross.
Now, Polly, I got to ask you because you're a conscientious objector here.
To what? To war?
You'll find out.
Okay. You'll
find out. Kind of. It was kind of not assumed. What's the word I'm looking for here? It was kind of suggested that I was a little bit racist for what I'm about to say. And I need to know. I want to know your opinion on it. I said a woman was kind of ugly for an Asian. Is that racist?
She was kind of ugly for an Asian?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what you meant by that. My first take on that is that you find most Asians to be really hot. So therefore,
I do find most Asians to be really hot.
Yeah. So racist? No, it's like you're just.
I'm glad you brought this up, Monkey.
Speaking on a particular preference. By the way, it just reminds me, I've been watching a lot of like old Seinfeld lately. And it's like Jerry and Elaine are in Jerry's apartment. Jerry's like, ooh, I hope she's Asian. They're sexy. And Elaine says, isn't that racist? And he's like, but I like their race. So no.
Fair enough. Now,
but why? Someone accused you of being racist and ugly for an Asian?
There was a little suggestion that the way I said that might have been racist.
My response would be to ask you what you meant by that, because it sounds like you're saying she's still pretty attractive because most Asians are pretty hot, so she's ugly for an Asian. That's
exactly. Thank you. You got it.
Okay.
First try. How come you can do that and other people couldn't? Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Most Asians are hot, and she was just kind of like, oh, she's all right. She's bangable. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but she's not all that pretty for an Asian.
Well, I went down a rabbit hole since we talked last, and I was watching this video that Alex was talking about, and then I started watching some of that girl's other videos, and I have to say she's a lot cuter than we gave her credit for initially.
I saw some of her other videos, and I mean, she still has a long face. She has a very long face, and she actually has rather high cheeks when she smiles. I don't like the really pronounced cheeks.
Who are we talking about here?
Her name is Stephanie Sue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
She's a mukbanger with 1.8 million subscribers, and she's been in some drama that Alex has been covering on his channel. I just simply mentioned she's kind of ugly for an Asian.
No, man, she's pretty hot, actually.
You are just no. See, you've never seen an Asian you didn't like.
I have, but very few.
There you go.
Very few. Yeah, I was watching a couple of her videos, and she is actually, and I know this is going to sound weird, she is a beautiful crier. You know how some people have that like really ugly look when they start crying, and you're like, whoa, you got ugly real fast. She doesn't do that. She's a very pretty crier.
I watched her one video. I watched the whole goddamn thing, the one that she just put out tonight, where she's responding. The guy she had responded to, she brought the tea, and he had brought the tea, and now they're having a tea party because, of course, they're Asian. Well, she is. And in this video, Jack, there are times where she's like reading text and stuff, and she starts to cry, but there's no tears, but she's in perfect cry voice. I think she lies about it. I think she's a very good actress.
Probably, but she looks really pretty while she does it. I have to say, I watched about 5 or 6 of her videos. None of the mukbang ones, because those are gross. I don't really want to watch people eat.
Well,
but
she's not a Go ahead.
Oh, no, please.
She's not a mukbanger.
No, she's really not.
She's a cheater. She's a fucking cheater.
Yeah, it's kind of smart, actually.
Polly, do you know what mukbang is?
I do.
These people, they go on, for those of you who don't, go on camera and they just eat a shit ton of food while they talk to you. And it's usually really disgusting. Well, what she does, Polly, is she sits behind this bar and it's elevated. And there's all this food in front of her. And maybe she'll take a bite or two, but all of that food disappears during her video. Because every so often there'll be a jump cut and you'll notice a big portion of food missing.
Oh, so that's how you think she's a cheater. Okay.
She does. She'll pull the food. She'll pull food down to her side of the bar. You won't ever see her touch it. Like, you a cheating bitch. But hey, she gets like 400,000 viewers per video, so she's doing something right that I'm not.
Yeah, she has almost 2 million subscribers. But yeah, I have to backtrack a little bit. She's a lot cuter than I gave her credit for. And I think she's pretty adorable, but she's annoying as shit, but she's cute.
See, I still don't think she's all that cute, especially not for an Asian. Again, if she was a white girl, I'd probably give her a 7 or an 8, but as an Asian, she's about a 5.
Yeah, she probably would be a 5 without the makeup, but I'd have to say she's pretty cute in some of those videos. So yeah, I'd like to get a look at those.
I could make you think I was hot with the right makeup, Jack.
Probably not. That would be weird.
Even with my beard.
No, that's disturbing. You're certainly not Asian enough.
I'm just saying.
The penis thing would be a problem too. But
most Asians are highly attractive, and she's just Asians have weird boobs. You know what? Somebody sent me a picture of an Asian chick who was naked, and her nipples.
There was nothing wrong with that girl's nipples.
Her nipples were weird.
No,
they look like. Hang on, let me finish. They look like a children's top that has been turned over so you can see the pointy side. They did. That's not normal for a nipple. It's not supposed to look like a cone. Like a perfect cone like that. What's wrong with her? I just wanted to go up and flick them to see if they were real.
It was just cold in there.
No. Is that what happens to Asian nipples when they get cold?
Nah,
they turn into little Vietnamese hats. I don't know what those hats are called. I wish I did. I feel like we've lost Polly in this conversation.
No, I just
okay.
He just doesn't care.
Jordan says usually the nipples look weird because I put little monkeys over them. No, I understand what that is. This looked like it was wearing those little Vietnamese hats you see in those movies. Rice paddy hats. Okay, that's fair enough. Whatever they're called. You know you guys know what I'm talking about. The pointy.
Yeah, I saw those tits. She looked fine.
I didn't like. I'm just saying her nipples look funny.
No, the giant areola that like disappears into the flesh. That.
Oh yeah.
That's
Nikocado Avocado over on the Streamlabs, muffled crying between mouthfuls of curry. If you guys don't get that joke, that's the chick, or that's the guy she's been fighting with, who took pictures inside her home when she's very sensitive about her house.
There's a backstory to that that involved a Weinstein event.
Oh, okay.
So
you have to suck a dick for that 1.8? Because at this point, no, I'm willing to consider it.
Not willingly.
Oh. Was it an intruder?
I don't know the whole story, so I don't really want to guess. But she addressed it in one of her videos, and I think it's pretty legit from the way she was responding. But yeah, that's why she was upset, because it's like a personal violation, and I get that.
For somebody who's so public to be so weird like that, it's just weird to me. RLF Home Services says, "Hey, Monkey, I had to go 3 days without hearing your streams as I was out camping for my birthday. Pretty sure I started going through withdrawals. LOL. Well, one, glad to have you back. And since we missed it, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Shabbat.
Happy birthday, dear RLF Home Services.
RLF Home Services.
Shabbat.
Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great birthday. I really do. And welcome back. Cryptic, thank you so much. Can't confirm. My nipple does form a cone when cold. It's just amazing how coney they were. This is why I hate this damn song. What? Stop it. Camping for your birthday, best thing ever. I still, my official stance on camping is I don't LARP as homeless. Just how I say it. Just woke up. Junkle's channel's back. Yes, it is.
Oh, he got his channel back?
He did indeed. A lot of his videos are missing.
Well,
a lot of his videos are missing.
That's probably.
I don't know if it's like something he worked out with YouTube, if they took him down first, or if he took him down once he got it back. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, but I am glad he's back. Either way, my only question is he even going to be able to make videos again? Because his sense of humor is harsh. It's fucking harsh, and I love it. But can he do a nice drunken uncle?
Probably not.
So I was over here on the Twitter, and
yes.
I had made a comment over on Alex's stream about Jordan and Eva Wan are always putting up all these Asians, and it's what kills me is that Jordan called me picky. And it's like, let me see if I get this right. Over and over again, the Ass Crack team is posting the Asians, and I like Asian women as much as the next person, but it's hashtag Noir Bar has become like an Asian fest, and I get called picky because I asked, I go, where's my caramel cuties at? And so Jordan posts 4 hot women, no question. One of them is hold on here. Here we go. I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong, but like this is you got that there, Monkey?
I do. I was just looking at which ones they were. Okay.
Like yeah, she's a cutie. That's a caramel cutie, no question. That's porn star Tiana Trump.
Oh, I thought she looked familiar.
Yeah. Now, what I find bothersome about this is it's like, hold on, there we go. Girl, you're 18. It's wrong. is wrong, I say. Not that you shouldn't be a porn star, but that there's girls walking around looking like this at 18 years old is wrong.
To who?
Well, see, I fucked up Zelthor because like it was like a year ago when he was just finishing up high school. And I said, here, look at this girl. And I sent this picture and I said, yeah, she's younger than you, man. How does that make you feel? It fucked him up bad. He was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I was like, well, are there girls looking like this walking around your high school? He's like, no. I said, see, makeup is witchcraft. And the girls who know that they got it tend to disappear off into modeling and porn and rich men's cars and other thing like that. Because when you're looking like this at 18 years old, I mean, damn. That looks like a full-grown woman, does it not?
Well, she's 18, so
she's 18. That makes her full-grown.
Well, you get my point. Like, some people would like, oh, there she is back here again, and she doesn't look like she's like 24, 25 there either. Well, she does. I mean, just like the way she's dressed and everything. It's a man might get accused of robbing the cradle, and it's like, really? Look at her. No.
She's 18. It's legal.
Yeah. This has become the dirty old man stream. Well, you two are dirty old men. I'm just living my life.
Uh-huh.
Hang on. I got you, Polly, since they're not sharing what you want them to share. Polly, look up Aboriginal women naked. Thank me later.
Yes.
And thank you later?
Yeah, you'll thank me later. Have you not seen them?
I've seen Aboriginal women. Are you going to go off on this they're not human thing again?
I didn't say they're not human. They're just not human.
Oh, well.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said they're human, just not human. They're different. They split a little bit. I mean, we went left, they went right.
Wait, does that mean we can
this thing that I heard some odd responses in chat just making me laugh because everybody said they got weird titties, right? I remember this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I went and looked because I'm like, all right, Monkey said this. Now, what came up is one particular model over and over again who's like Miss Abo in Australia or whatever. Like she's like some like beauty queen down there. And she won some kind of beauty contest. And it's like, she doesn't look 100% Aboriginal. And I found out it's like, no, she's half European, half Aboriginal, like half Native Australian, whatever, English extraction, Aussie, and Aboriginal. I'm like, that's your Aboriginal queen, the woman who's half Aboriginal and half white, really? And it's like, yeah, she didn't have weird tits at all, man, because she's nude all over the fucking place. So I never saw these bizarro titties you're talking about. So I don't know about that.
Patrick in chat said no human woman has eggplants for tits.
Yeah, all the Australians are like, don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Just monkeys, go ahead and take the stream down when it's done. Just go ahead and do it. It's fine.
No, fuck that. I don't care. Look.
Potato road.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just that there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying there was just an offshoot where the titties went funky off to the right and they turned into Aborigines.
Species have branches some hairier than others.
Monkey, just take it down. It's fine.
Evolved Potato said they're the chihuahuas of humans.
Oh my God. Now, for the record, I was told by an Australian that they're not exactly human, but they're human. Isn't there another branch of human out there?
Neanderthals.
No,
out there, they're dead.
Here, no. The same as Aboriginals, with just a slight offshoot. There's another one somewhere. I forget where. Where our genes don't exactly line up the same. They got like one more titty chromosome. Anyway,
I know there's another titty chromosome,
something like that. That's why their titties is all funked up. I didn't do it. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a titty connoisseur.
Just take it down, Monkey.
No, the other ones are still up. Why would I take this one down?
Came up, right, and I got to bring up something that
sure,
one of our Australian contingent hooked me up with. because it was just the most mind-blowing thing. It still amazes me to think back on it. It was a public service announcement on television in Australia that was, don't sleep in the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Like why that's not safe. And yeah, it's not safe to sleep in the middle of the street, obviously, but apparently this is a thing that a lot of Aboriginals do, so much so that the government actually put together a video public service announcement about, like, it shows a guy in a truck. He's driving up like a big delivery truck, one of those, 6-8 wheelers, whatever. And he leans out of the window and he's like, "Oi, mate, you can't sleep in the street, man. It's not safe." And the camera pans down and there's a guy with a blanket laying down in the middle of the street sleeping. And he was Aboriginal. And he's like, he's kind of like wakes up drowsy and looks up. And he's like, What are you saying? He's like, "Get out of the street, mate. You're going to get killed." And that just blows my mind that that commercial actually got made because it was a legitimate public safety concern because it had been happening so much.
Look, Polly, it's important to remember that after you're huffing enough gas, you get sleepy.
But I still don't understand it. Why are they opting not the gutter, not behind a building in some shade, not under a tree in some shade, but the middle of the fucking street? Why?
It's nice and flat. It's kind of warm.
Why would you be seeking out kind of warm in Australia? That would be scorching.
I don't know. Maybe the kangaroos don't cross there. I don't know. Hang on real quick on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Evolved Potato. The thing about Aboriginals is that they are the only human subspecies that can be bred out in 4 generations. Wow.
There you go. Warren, thank you so much. We need Dork back for these conversations. I'm pretty sure she's the one that told me they're not real humans. Well, they're humans. They're just not. All right. They're human light or whatever it is.
Oh, God.
Human adjacent.
This is
human adjacent.
They're very much like us. God damn it.
Wait, very much like us means not us.
Yeah, it's like people, Neanderthals, chimpanzees, abos.
Wow. Disavow. Okay, disavow.
I hope we don't have any Aboriginal listeners.
Are they allowed to listen to the radio?
Yeah, they have the internet?
I don't know.
I hope so. They should be listening to me too. They'll be like, "Yep, we got long titties." They do got some long titties, man. Aboriginal long titty.
Yeah, you look this up and send me links. I want to know what kind of. I don't think you're finding anything under long titties.
Are they the inspiration for the orcs?
Could be.
Over on the Streamlabs, anal sex for $1 says some people needs to be runned over. I guess somebody said in chat, or was it? It gets really cold at night, and it's like, yeah, okay, I guess then. I mean, that PSA had it like broad daylight, but
man, chat's getting kind of mean about
that. Yeah, Wandering Lisa with that. I can't believe it's not human. Jesus Christ. We come right out like that here, gentlemen.
Oh, where are we? We had an Aboriginal cop beat a wombat to death with a rock. It was deemed acceptable native practice. Which I was kidding.
Oh, wow. Video.
Fuck me. Oh, Aboriginals, the other dark meat. Oh shit. What have we done? Oh, we've had this conversation like 4 times and it's never turned this bad.
I'm with Lamented Guy. Might as well bring out the didgeridoos at this point.
Oh my god. Anyhow, Jesus Christ. Please keep this stream up. I want to show my abo friends. Please do, Daniel, and ask them to subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, God. Look, I just, my thing is, I put a link there in chat for you, Polly. Go check that out real fast. It's in the private chat, guys. I'm not throwing this one into the main chat.
Oh, there's Sinatra. After
what?
Vegan scalps.
Oh, morning, Sin. I used your name in my title. I'm trying to get me some extra views with your name.
Why would you show us this, monkey?
He said to send him a picture.
yeah, I wanted to see. I am probably going to regret it, but
yeah, you will. This is your fault. Just remember that.
Yeah, you did this.
And
tell me those are human titties.
Hold on, let me see. This is from ABC. Oh my god. Jesus,
the other titty meat. Oh my god. Yeah, so sorry your name ended up associated with that, Sinatra. Now I feel bad. No, but we did talk about your debate. We had some fun with that for the first hour and a half of the stream, my friend. I did go and listen to quite a bit of it, and damn. It's about what I expected. But shit, man.
That's pretty heavy duty stuff there, monkey.
You wanted Abo boob. There you go.
I can't believe that was on ABC too, on the Australian Broadcasting Company's website.
Well, it's nature, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, the
Aboriginal too.
It was about it getting
not like showing
because of nudity, right? So yeah,
it's not like showing human titty.
Fuck.
Well, Aborigines, what happens when Chaka leaves the land of the lost?
Pete just said, "Remember Abo tits thing." Don't let that become a thing. It's like, yeah, that girl was hot until I took her bra off and she totally had Abo tits. Like, no, that's not.
I was drinking when I read that Land of the Lost thing. Thank you, fucker.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that went right up my nose. Oh,
because you're old enough to know who Chaka is.
Oh shit! Hang on a minute.
That's what you get for taking Grandpa's medicine.
Oh, were you drinking? You weren't just having like a glass of water?
No, that was Pepsi. That Diet Pepsi just went up my nose.
Well, it's just like if you ever do that cough choke where it goes down the wrong tube with hard liquor, that's a bitch, man. That'll burn your throat in the back.
Well, it was like that, but instead of going down, it went up.
Yeah, and then came back down the wrong way.
Yeah, well, not all of it. Oh my god, it's up in my sinus cavity. Oh,
I gotta clean it out.
Shit. Anyway,
sorry about that.
I feel like Abo titties where we should probably end this thing. Oh, we've been going for a couple of hours now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you watch this shit? What is wrong with you people?
Come for the crazy vegans, stay for the Abo titties.
There's a t-shirt that writes itself. Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate you, the support you give this channel, despite whatever is said here. What is this? Seriously, look up off-duty police officer film stoning wombat in Adelaide. Horrific? Or Adelaide. It's horrific. I'm going to pass, but Jack wanted to see it, so. Oh, man.
You just type in officer stoning and wombat is automatically filled.
Holy fuck.
Richo said, sniff that Pepsi like it's gas.
Oh, dude. Now I'm going to go sleep in the street.
It's not safe.
It's okay. Don't worry. I mean, it's racist adjacent. That's all.
Well, is it because they're literally another race?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to make contact with aliens and they're going to be aboriginals.
But yeah, God. I hope not. They'll have them long, saggy titties. Excuse me. Yeah, for the record, Polly, all of the normal ones I've seen are all mixed. I've never all of the if you see them like in the National Geographic, even the young ones that you old enough to look at their titties are saggy and like, damn, how old are you, baby? They got them, as somebody said, eggplant boobies.
Yeah, we should have had Pete on for this because he's an Australian. They're experts.
Oh, I actually wanted to join too. That's even fucking worse. I'm sorry, Pete. How come nobody pointed it out?
I just noticed. I was looking up Wombat getting stoned by the cops.
I can't believe the way that reads. It's like no one ever thought that the English language would be ordered to produce that sentence. Argued to be justifiable native practice. Like, oh my God.
Hashtag Abo Titty. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the stream tonight. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are so very generous. I appreciate it very, very much. Polly, anything you'd like to shill on this Abo Titty Thursday?
I don't know if I want to associate my channel with what we've been saying here, for God's sake. Hold on here.
Can we make that a regular thing? Abo Titty Thursday?
Abo Titty Thursday. Somebody remind me next week.
Okay, so there's the link to my channel where all sorts of fun is had. And we don't talk about anything like this, but we do have a lot of fun. Noir Bar has always done late nights. I'm going to do one tomorrow night because it's been a while. And comic book curation, although we haven't done one in a while, we're going to get back on it because a whole bunch of comics have come out in the meantime. And
God damn it, Patrick.
So anyway, there's a link to my channel. Check it out.
Patrick said, legend says if you measure the length of an Abo titty, you can find out her age.
Like the rings on a tree.
Oh my God. Chuck, is there anything you'd like to show?
There's a link. I think it goes to one of my videos. I was laughing. I don't even know.
Oh God, it's Thursday. It's Abo Thursday. We're going to be on Satsu's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Satsu 2 cents for Lords of the Night. And I'll probably be doing some more Red Dead sometime today. Oh, excuse me. Been having tons of fun over there. Did a stream for a couple hours last night. That one went well. So come join us. Ranting Monkey Games. Channel's growing at a decent clip. We'll be hitting 900 here any day now. Thank God.
Nice.
I appreciate all the support. I really do. Thank you guys so much for watching and not turning it off when we brought up Abo Titty. Same to you, Polly and Jack, for not leaving as soon as it left my mouth. You guys are all fucking amazing. Have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Abo